Hello. I'm gonna lean on this car because I couldn't be asked to pull it out. The lighting in here is horrendous. Alright, well, you know, we're here. I don't know if I sound sick, but I'm getting sick. However, I don't have time for that. So, welcome to I am con crunching, but we're fully gonna be focused on Killjoy today. I have 1 week to make this costume. To be fair, I have ordered most of the pieces. So, oh my god. I have the jacket. It smells horrible. It needs ironed so bad. A lot of the pieces are okay. I'm definitely gonna redo all of the buckles because that's not even a buckle. That's actually not bad, but also, wait, how is this supposed to work? Because there's only, I'm so confused because there's Velcro on here, but there's not Velcro on the other side. So like, what is it Velcroing to? I don't know, man. But all around, it's honestly not bad. I think the backpack needs like completely restructured, or it just needs like more support. Like it's just really floppy, which isn't horrible. I'm actually like really impressed with this. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse than it is. We just need some more metal pieces, and I'm pretty sure I have a whole bin of buckles. So I have the jacket, I have the beanie, which is like, it's an okay beanie. Like this piece is felt, but then it's like got a nice like vinyl on it. IDK. I'm also watching VCT playoffs right now. Loud has just pulled ahead. Okay, the next things that I have are just so much polyester high strength webbing, which it's literally seatbelt material, but for the belt and the holster, the like thigh holster, this is gonna be supreme. I think the major things we need to focus on are obviously like altering the pants. I ordered some brown stretch leggings to turn into the pants. Those are coming tomorrow. I've kind of been ordering stuff all week and just kind of waiting for it to arrive. But this needs ironed and steamed and tried on. Oh, and I also need to make the shirt. That's gonna be a big one, honestly. I need to get the emblem drawn out, and I need to find a white shirt that I can paint. And I need the scarf too. I need to look at my fabric, but I have to pull the car out obviously, and I don't actually want to pull the car out. So this jacket is better than I thought it was gonna be. Not bad. Let me iron it and we'll go from there. So I was just turning on my iron and I was like, okay, this is definitely gonna be like polyester nylon, super synthetic. But I think they literally threw on a random tag because the care tag says it is cashmere wool. And I promise you this is not cashmere wool. What? Oh, okay, the bag does come off. So I think I literally can just take the bag. I need a pressing. Oh, it's right there. What is going on? Oh my god. Sentinels are coming back. Woo woo. It was 10-7. It's 11-9. Sen just got 2 in a row. They won the first map. This is second map. Anyways, I think that I can basically just kind of take the bag apart, and then wherever I feel like it needs more support, I have like a roll of canvas that I can just put in it to make it more structured. These spots that hold the nano swarm, like just like a little bottom piece, and then like, you know, and it's literally just top stitched on. Yeah, where the zipper is. Bro, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I feel like I wanna iron it first and then like, we'll see. Okay. Ironing. Welcome back to voiceover, Brooke. I don't remember how to do this. This section, however, pretty self-explanatory. I'm ironing, I'm unpicking some more, and then I'm gonna iron some more. Pretty great. Good stuff. my canvas. I just cut out pieces for it. So now what I'm doing is I am actually gonna unpick this finish, tuck the canvas into it, and then I'm actually gonna, like, they'd finished it and then just sewn it, but I'm gonna sew these together, finish it, sew the bottom back on, and then go from there. I wanna do something about the squares, like they're not like super tidy, but I don't know what I wanna do. Like, I very well will probably end up like redoing this after the convention. First handheld cam of the day. So these are pretty much finished. I just painted the canvas, thought about lining it, decided I didn't actually care, so it's painted. And then I actually took the ends, like this seam was fraying like no other. So I just took a little fabric glue. I love this stuff. And I literally just like rubbed it on the ends. So now I'm just waiting for these to dry for a moment before I sew them back on the backpack. I do need to just sew the bottom of the backpack back up though, because I did take it apart to iron it. And then I need to steam the jacket, and then, okay, can you tell what's going on here? So I have my base for the fanny pack, and then I have the top piece that sits like something like this. Yeah, that doesn't make much sense with all the excess paper on it still. But I think I'm just gonna throw like an inch of material along the edges. I pulled out from my stashes. I think this will be a good color to match the rest of the browns, hopefully, for the brown part of the fanny pack. And then I have this for the black parts of the fanny pack. And then I also just have this like black, I guess it's like a bit of a stretch satin. I have an entire roll of like a lighter brown upholstery leather, but I think I'm just gonna back the very back one with canvas again. And then I'm gonna use like one of these and just paint it with the Angelus leather paint, gray for the leather piece. But we're working on the fanny pack. I have this like bag of buckles, but none that are gonna work, sadly, for what I want. I also have this bag of buckles. Those also won't work. The good thing is, like, for the front buckle, you can look at my sketch. This buckle on the jacket, I found it on Amazon already, so I can order that. These ones, though, I'm not sure. I need to look more. I honestly may just, like, put this as, like use one of these to attach it and then just add Worbla to it is what I'm thinking about doing right now. But I actually don't think this is big enough to fit my seat belts. So, unclear at the moment. I also need to decide what I want to do with the beanie, but this might be like a later thing. Like, I thought that this was like horrible. Then I was looking at the reference photos and like the emblem on hers is lighter. So I'm not sure. I'm just gonna start cutting out my fanny pack stuff and get that moving and grooving. The first thing you're gonna see me do here is find the center of the zipper pieces so that I can line that up with the seam on the cylinder pieces. After that, I'm just gonna pin it all in place, and then eventually I will sew where the zipper top stitching seam is, which is how these pieces were originally attached when I took them off of the backpack. Welcome to my mess. Day 2 of Killjoy. I'm really struggling because my sick brain, I keep making lots of mistakes. So this is the top piece of the fanny pack. So it's supposed to go black piece and then brown piece on top of that. And then gray piece goes like this. And I'm gonna paint this piece gray because I don't have gray leather and I didn't feel like buying any, and I really like this leather and it paints nicely with leather paint. But I sewed this entire piece thinking that it was the brown piece, which I understand how my brain made that mistake, but I need to like stop just chugging along and start thinking. Otherwise this is gonna take me like triple the amount of time that it's supposed to. But I'm gonna fix this, hopefully get the fanny pack all sewn so that I can paint this piece. Oh, I also have to do a freaking welt pocket on this piece, huh? It's not gonna be functional. I hate welt pockets. You know, I also cut out like 2 of all of these pieces for some reason. Like it makes sense with the black piece, the way that I'm doing the bottom. It's just having it like non-functional basically. And it's just gonna be like the base. And then this piece will go like this, but it'll be like raised up a bit. And it'll have a zipper so you can get into this section. And then this will have the zipper here, obviously for the welt, but it's not gonna be like a finished welt because I hate welt pockets. They suck, but I'm gonna put, all right, I'll put in all of this stuff for it. I'm quite literally gonna do this like the cheap and dirty way. Boop. Okay, I'll come back hopefully when this is more done. I'm not explaining it, I'm too sick. Hello, I am no longer sick. I would love to explain this to you. So I'm actually about to do this wrong. You do not want to cut all the way to the very end of your welt opening. You want to leave 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch and cut it at a diagonal so that that side is also finished. It doesn't matter as much since this is pleather. It's not going to fray. I'm the only one that's going to notice it. I'm now pinning that open to line up with the lines that I drew for the entirety of the welt pocket. I'm gonna line up the zipper and then decide that this is all wrong, and I'm gonna iron it open so the pins aren't in my way. I'm going to re-line up the zipper and start pinning it on, and then decide that this is all wrong and kind of give up for a moment. I'm finally sewing the zipper on, and if you notice, the only stitch that I do on it is the final top stitch. I really did it quick and dirty. The final thing I'm going to be doing here is just showing you how I attached the 1-inch addition to add depth to my fanny pack. This is also the final step I need to take to fix all of the mistakes I made. Okay, so it's been many days now since I gave an update, but I was dog sitting, so I just was like doing the simple stuff that I could do. So like the leg piece that goes on a holster, it is almost done. I think I have it at a point where I'm happy with it, and so it just needs paint. And then the jacket I think is staying how it is, except on the backpack. Obviously I finished these parts and I reattached them, but then this one is literally hanging on by a thread. So I need to repair that. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I will probably end up just gluing it, honestly. I need to repair that, and then I just need to honestly hang up the jacket. I just need to take it inside and hang it up, because otherwise it's just gonna get all wrinkled again. The shirt is finished, I think. I might crop it, I might not, I don't know. It's just an old t-shirt that I had. It had like a little embroidered logo right here, and I just unpicked that, and then I just painted the design on it. So I need to set the paint with the iron. That's a little trick. If you don't know, if you just paint something with like acrylic paint or whatever, I used a mixture of acrylic paint and fabric paint for this. And then if you heat it with your iron, it sets it into the fabric better. So this is a shirt. I just basically like drew out the design on paper, put it underneath, and then went over it with paint. That was it. The fanny pack, I did get it all painted. I painted it with like a really light gray first, and then I was like, I hate this. And so then I just went over it with actually this same dark gray. They're the same. And so I think I really like it, and it's accessible. It's like a real fanny pack. Like, it's got technically 2 pockets that I can use, but I think it's just like too bulky. Like, I wanted it to be real and I wanted it to look real, but it just doesn't look like her fanny pack. So I think rather than like sewing it all down, because I did just add like an inch to the bottom of both of these, and then the black piece lays flat and it's actually been sewn on. I think I'm just gonna iron it so that it has a fold in the middle of like the excess material, and so that it'll just like lay flatter, but then I can still put stuff in it, like my phone or whatever. The gloves are also almost completely done. So I just basically got a pair of gloves on Amazon. I cut off the ring finger and the pinky finger, and then I painted on the yellow pieces. I probably could have done them out of foam, but I think it would have been too thick. Like if I had like a thinner foam, it would have been fine. But I just have like I think this is like 2mm foam, which is still, it's thin, but it's not quite thin enough. So I'm gonna attempt to take the logos off with my heat gun, and then I think I'm gonna leave them be, other than I'm gonna make the cuff that goes on this one. I'm also like a little bit scared of these gloves because they're definitely like thicker than I thought they were gonna be. The nice part is though, they have like things on the pointer fingers, so you can use your phone, and then obviously I have 2 fingers on each hand free. But I think the yellow turned out really good, and it's got like a little bit of brown around the edge. Yeah. So as soon as I can get the logo off, this is gonna look great. And then this one will have her cuff on it, which is what I need to focus on today, along with the holster. Oh, I haven't even looked at these yet, but I got these buckles. I guess I'm not done with the jacket because I am replacing the waist buckle on it. So I ordered 2 different buckles on Amazon. One for, oh yeah, okay, this is the jacket one. So it's just black instead of silver. And I think, I know I have a bunch of enamel paint. So I have these little enamel paints that are meant for like model figures, but I love using these on metal. They work really well. It's just a matter of like, they're all kind of old. And so it's like impossible to get the caps off. So I can get the, oh, okay, cool. This cap came off. So I'm gonna use this for this buckle, as well as I'm gonna use it for this piece, because it's supposed to be like a metal piece. Okay, I'm gonna get paint on stuff so that it'll start drying. And then we also need to measure and cut out the cuff. So quick tip with this stuff, I use the Testors brand. It will ruin your paintbrushes. So you can get like little plastic brushes that are meant for this stuff, but they're kind of hard to use. So I just use like an old paintbrush that's not looking its best. So like this one has a really bent tip. This one I'd probably use. This one is okay, but you know, you get me. It's gonna absolutely destroy this brush, and it also dries out really quickly, but I don't pour it on anything. I just dip usually straight out of the bottle. Okay, here we go. Sorry, there's so much going on the table right here. It's so pretty and not streaky at all. I'm gonna set this aside to dry. And then clean up this mess that I just made myself. The belt from like this, I can't see any like buckles or anything on the main belt. So we have to assume it's like beneath the fanny pack, or the fanny pack somehow is the buckle. Does that make sense? And then the leg piece also doesn't have a buckle, which should be fine. You can just step into it. Well, it has this connecting piece, and then it has like this kind of connecting piece, but it looks more like a tag holder to me. Makes sense. So I'm basically going to take my leg measurement of where this should sit, and then I'm gonna do some math with how like this piece would fit into that. And then we're gonna figure out how to connect these little guys to the back of the foam once it's dry, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna do some math now with like the waistband and the fanny pack and figure out how all of that connects. And then I think I'm just gonna put like a false buckle on the back here. So this is after I've ironed it. So we need to do some like mathing and some measuring and all the good stuff. This is how this is basically gonna go. And then there's like a tiny, tiny bit like that. Yeah. Ta-da. So I've just gone and sewn both sides on, and then I've threaded it through so that you can only see like that little bit of metal on it, because that's kind of what hers looks like. And then I'm gonna leave it like that. But then the inside, I have these little straps and hooks. I have these and this. So I think what I do is I've actually made this too long, and I know it's too long. So maybe I kind of just like cut off like 1.5 inches on each side, or wait, cut off like 2 inches off of each side, attach this to this side, this, and then give this side a tail that's attached to this, so then it's like slightly adjustable. But then it's all hidden behind this. You get it? Does that make sense? I think that's how I'm gonna do it, because that seems easy to me. Moving on from the waistband, this is where the leg piece is gonna shoot off from, but there's a tiny little piece of yellow that connects to the buckle, and then it's the green. I think it's like literally like that much. So this is what I cut off of part of this to fit this, but this is like almost literally the perfect length to just like go like this and basically just like create a little tube, sew in a circle. So I found this thread that matches. So yeah, I'm gonna hand sew this on now. This is dry enough to handle now. It's gonna need another coat, but I'm gonna do the attachment to it before I continue painting it. I'm working on her wristband now. So I have it started, but I basically just put on the glove, took my measuring tape, measured my wrist with the glove on, because this is gonna kind of go over the glove. And then I like measured this part too. And so then I just cut out of some like 2mm EVA foam. And I cut out 2 pieces because I'm gonna do like a layered look, kind of, where the blue piece is going to be on top of the yellow piece. And I've basically just cut out the triangles for that piece out of what will be the middle, and then I've marked where this is going to lay, yada yada yada. Yeah, so now I'm going to glue this down. So this is really not how you want to do this at all. I really should have spread out this glue, but because I know in the moment that I'm more than likely going to remake this piece, this is how I'm doing it. So I'm just gonna take some masking tape and make sure that everything kind of stays put so that I can force this into a circle held together by the masking tape so that the glue will cure in that circle and there's less chance of the glue cracking and coming loose later. Then we can move on to this nonsense. I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. So I'm literally gonna measure out the 23.5. Another hot tip, melt the edges. I'm actually gonna measure out 24. Okay. Sick. I literally have no idea how I want to do this. So my original plan was to use more of these, because I'm gonna have a piece going off there, a piece going off there, and then these pieces. Ooh, I actually don't
don't know if they're all gonna fit. They're gonna have to like overlap, kind of, which is annoying. Okay, I'm gonna think on this. I'm gonna tape these on and think on it for a minute. Okay, so I have this taped kind of how I want it to go. Or I guess this is like exactly how it's going to go. I think I'm gonna pull the fabric back off and see if this like 5-year-old epoxy still works. It's just a 2-part clear epoxy. We'll see if after 5 years it will still mix and do its thing to keep the metal hooked onto the foam. After that, I don't know. It says it sets in 5 minutes, but then it's like you have to wait 24 hours. Welcome back to Terrible Lighting City. I also have Terrible Framing City today. That's so much better. Okay, the light is just gonna get worse because my hair is freshly done now. Okay, it is officially Thursday. I officially am in severe con crunch, so it is time to get this shit going. The epoxy, I think, is working absolutely wonderfully. I will, however, I think be leaving the masking tape on and just like pulling it down. I think the plan is I definitely need to get this finished painted, but before it's like wet again, I need to size the belt and make sure that that's all right. Okay, so let me find a different angle for you so you can see like my lower body. Yeah, this'll work. Okay, I'm gonna actually just loosen this. It's so rattly. Obviously, I won't be wearing a skirt. Just take my phone out of my pocket. Ah! Okay, so this needs to sit like here-ish. Okay, yeah, it needs to sit like this. I'm just gonna tuck my skirt up. But I have shorts on. It's a skirt. And then I'm going to, let's see, feed this through again. Yep, like that. And then I'm gonna tape it with the masking tape again. I actually could make it a tiny bit tighter, I think. This, I think, is where I want it to be. Okay, I think is where I want it. All of that epoxy has come undone. Okay, well, so from there to there, 7.5 inches. And then I'm going to blindly, this one I think we can make adjustable. What did I say? 7.5 and then 18. Okay. Let's go back to the table. I'm literally just gonna make this a loop. Pinned it, and then I have it going in the correct way where you can just see a little bit of the metal. And then this one goes like this. Let me mark, make sure I get the right length on this because I added inch to it, so each side has a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I just added little tiny marks at the 1 inch spots so that I can fold over the edge and line it up to that spot. And then that's how much I have to fold over. Okay, paint is drying. I have the second coat of silver on the thigh piece. And then I think after that, I'm going to seal it so that we can put like a little bit of weathering on it and just like give it some depth. But that's all drying. And I have to do some numbers on the back piece of it. There's like an 11/01 or something like that, or like 01/11 on the back that I needed to paint first, but I gotta figure out the length of that first. So in the meantime, this is my pride and joy of this costume. I'm very excited because I know I want to do more Valorant costumes in the future. So this will just carry over onto all of them, and so that's why I spent more money than I probably should have on it, but I really wanted it. And that is the Neptune Vandal. It's 3D printed. You can kind of see it on like these pieces. And then it came like fully assembled, but then the stock comes off. And then the clip comes out. And the muzzle also comes off. So this attaches really nicely. It's actually even kind of loose. I was debating on gluing this piece, but I think like for travel ease, it'll be better if it's separate. So I might just actually beef up this like peg with just like a little bit of glue. And then the other pieces though kind of struggle to fit. I don't think I have sandpaper, so I think I'm literally gonna use a nail file. I also need to do the cuff. If I'm doing the cuff, I need to paint it right now. I'm literally gonna do this cheap and dirty. I'm not gonna mix any paint. I'm gonna drop the paint straight on this shit. Like, I keep forgetting about the cuff. Here's what I think we're gonna do is, so this is the center and I want it to overlap like this. So I'm gonna cut the back of, this is the center. I'm gonna cut the back piece off of this and the front piece off of this. With just a little black paint. It is so streaky. Oh my god. Watered down black paint. That's all I did. Normally I just use shoe polish. It actually worked out really well around these especially. These look fantastic. These maybe could use a little bit more, but honestly that's all I have the patience for right now. So I'm gonna hit this with another top coat of glue. Yeah, and then I have something really creative for the nano swarms. So we have these little pockets for the nano swarms, right? I don't have time to make the nano swarms. However, it's like Easter. So I have orange Easter eggs and a toilet paper roll. I really thought that these eggs were gonna be bigger. So I don't actually know if this is gonna work the way I want it to, but I'm literally gonna take this. I'm gonna cut this in half. I'm literally just hoping for the best. I think that'll work. Okay, and then, you know, to finish these off, I'm just gonna throw some electrical tape. Sorry you have to see the nightmare that is my workstation, but I'm gonna go like this. Because I'm hoping that the electrical tape will stick better to the masking tape. This is ridiculous. What am I doing? Okay, this is what we're left with for our nano swarms. They're a little sad. They're not working out quite the way that I wanted them to, and you can definitely see the inside, so I need to finish painting the inside of this. I wish the eggs were like slightly bigger, but beggars can't be choosers. Is this the riveting content you were expecting when you clicked on my channel today? I mean, come on, it's Killjoy. You're telling me she doesn't use an obscene amount of electrical tape? Is this enough electrical tape, you think? You think it'll stay put? I'm literally so worried about this falling off, it's not even funny. Okay. I need to get this strap pinned and measured and all of that so I can start painting it. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing I did last time and like put on the yellow belt and then like, yeah, but you saw that and it was like a struggle. So ignore me, please. This is gonna work for me. And then also, before I forget about it completely, I need her scarf still, because the one that I ordered was too small. So it's like a browny gray. This one is too brown. I think this one is actually gonna work inside out. This is my Daenerys season 6 fabric. This is actually a piece of it. I don't know why there's just this random piece, but I think if I just cut this like this, it'll work. And then I can maybe like sew parts of this onto this, and I need to iron it and then we'll look at it again. But okay, back to this. Is that the prettiest thing you've ever seen? I'm just gonna sew this down then, trim it, sew it, mark it, done. We're doing this, and then this is like pretty much complete. I'm gonna hit this once again with glue, and then it's done. Calling it done. Okay, this was that long piece. This is that I just cut up. I folded in half. I cut a point. I cut out this little neckline piece,
It works. Now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take fray check. I think I'm literally just gonna take this and actually let me do like a little test spot. Ooh, it does darken it. Do I just say like bucket? I don't care what it looks like. Because it's literally just gonna be safety pinned together. Okay, so time to replace this. Let's see. Time to replace this buckle. Wow, a buckle. Wowee. One of these is not like the other. I'm gonna unpick this and then I'm gonna loop it through this one and then I'm gonna sew it back on. Just like literally the exact same way that they have it sewn on. It'll be great. Well, other than like 1 or 2 more coats of paint and some glue drying on the cuff, I'm calling this done. I have all of my pieces. The gloves, the glasses are in the fanny pack. The scarf, I'm actually gonna put the beanie in the backpack, I think. I think everything's done. Honestly, I've got the pants underneath. The thigh holster is drying. I'm gonna style the wig on my head. Gloves, yep, gloves, okay. This has glue that is drying. I got the snaps on it, those are drying. There's just like honestly, I can maybe get 1 or 2 more coats of paint on yellow on this, but it's also not the end of the world if I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I think I'm going to dinner with my family. So, cool. Look at me go. I have to figure out how to wear a beanie tomorrow. Sick. Sorry, Editor Brooke. Sorry.